Hello, friends. Welcome to Storycraft. On this channel, you will enjoy world top stories. Let's view the video. The real story of Iron Brigade, born in blood and steel. The story of the Iron Brigade begins long before they earned their famous name. In the summer of 1861, America was a nation torn apart, plunging into one of its darkest hours, the Civil War. The Union needed soldiers who were more than just fighters. They needed men forged from grit, discipline, and an unbreakable will. This is where the Iron Brigade was born, comprised mostly of volunteers from the Midwest, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Michigan. These men were different. They weren't career soldiers, but hard-working farmers, laborers, and immigrants who answered the call to defend the Union with unmatched zeal. Their determination would soon set them apart from the countless other units. From the start, the Iron Brigade earned a reputation for toughness. Their early training was brutal. They were drilled relentlessly to transform raw recruits into a disciplined fighting force. The men wore distinctive black hardy hats, which made them stand out on the battlefield and gave them a striking, almost intimidating presence. It was a symbol of their pride and unity. What truly set the Iron Brigade apart was their resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. These men were battle-hardened early on. The brigade faced some of the most intense fighting of the war and came out forged stronger, much like the iron they were named after. The nickname Iron Brigade was given to them by Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston after their fierce fighting at the Battle of Gainesville in August 1862, recognizing their iron-like toughness. But their story wasn't just about fighting. It was about brotherhood. These men shared a bond forged in hardship, loss, and shared purpose. Many wrote letters home describing their camaraderie, how they supported each other through the horrors of war, and their unwavering dedication to the cause. The Iron Brigade would soon prove that they were not just a unit of soldiers but a legend in the making. Their journey was about to lead them to some of the bloodiest and most defining battles of the Civil War, battles that would cement their place in history forever. Baptism at Brawner's farm. The Iron Brigade's first real test came on August 28, 1862, at Brawner's farm, Virginia, a small but deadly clash that would mark the beginning of their legendary reputation. This battle wasn't part of a grand campaign or a major engagement. It was a chaotic fight in the dense forests near Gainesville that tested the Iron Brigade's mettle under brutal conditions. The men were thrust into fierce combat against Confederate forces led by General Thomas "Stonewall" Jackson. What followed was a brutal, close-quarters battle, unlike anything many of these soldiers had faced before. They were ambushed, surrounded by dense woods where visibility was limited, and fighting was up close and personal. Despite being outnumbered and inexperienced in such intense fighting, the Iron Brigade stood firm. Their disciplined volleys and unyielding advance pushed back the Confederate attackers again and again. This wasn't just a fight for victory. It was a fight for survival, a baptism of fire that proved these men were built from something stronger than ordinary flesh and bone. The casualties were high, and the bloodshed grim, but the Iron Brigade's refusal to break under pressure impressed not just their commanders, but also their enemies. They earned a reputation for relentless courage and stubborn resistance. This battle was the forge where they hardened their resolve. Letters from soldiers at Brawner's farm spoke of the chaos and the fear, but also of the pride in standing alongside brothers who never wavered. Many would say this battle changed them forever. No longer just raw recruits, but warriors hardened by fire. Though the Iron Brigade suffered significant losses, their performance at Brawner's farm marked a turning point. It was the moment. The brigade earned respect and fear on both sides of the conflict. The Iron Brigade had arrived on the Civil War's brutal stage, ready to carve their name into history with blood, sweat, and unbreakable spirit. Unbreakable at Antietam, September 17, 1862, the Battle of Antietam, stands as the single bloodiest day in American military history, with nearly 23,000 casualties in just 12 hours of combat. For the Iron Brigade, this battle was not only a brutal test of endurance, but also a defining moment that showed the world their unbreakable spirit. The Iron Brigade was tasked with holding a critical section of the battlefield near the infamous Sunken Road, later known as Bloody Lane. The terrain was treacherous. Deep ravines and sunken paths made it an ideal killing ground. The Confederate defenders fiercely held their ground, turning this natural trench into a deadly fortress. Despite heavy artillery fire and relentless enemy assaults, the Iron Brigade advanced with extraordinary determination. Their black hardy hats bobbed through the smoke and chaos as they pushed forward, volley after volley. The air was thick with gunpowder, screams, and the clatter of rifles, but their discipline never wavered. What made the Iron Brigade exceptional at Antietam was their ability to keep cohesion amid carnage. Many units broke and fled under such intense pressure, but the Iron Brigade held fast. They absorbed blow after blow without faltering, embodying the iron in their name with every step. Casualties were severe. Nearly half the brigade was killed or wounded, yet the survivors continued fighting. Letters from the field described the grim determination and brotherhood that kept them going. They witnessed friends fall beside them, but refused to let their sacrifices be in vain. Antietam was a tactical stalemate, but a strategic Union victory, halting Confederate General Robert E. Lee's advance into the North. The Iron Brigade's heroism played a vital role in this outcome, earning them national recognition and the admiration of commanders like General George McClellan. The battle cemented their reputation as one of the toughest units in the entire Union Army. Their courage and resilience inspired other soldiers and became a symbol of unwavering commitment to the cause. Antietam was not just a battlefield, it was the proving ground where the Iron Brigade's legend was truly forged. The stand at Gettysburg, July 1st, 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg, would become the Civil War's most iconic and pivotal conflict. For the Iron Brigade, Gettysburg was where their legend reached its pinnacle through an unforgettable stand that exemplified bravery against overwhelming odds. As Confederate forces advanced into Pennsylvania, the Iron Brigade was among the first Union units to arrive at Gettysburg. They took up position on McPherson Ridge, facing a massive Confederate assault aiming to seize control early in the fight. The fighting was fierce and chaotic. The Iron Brigade found themselves outnumbered and facing well-trained Confederate regiments. Yet they fought with a ferocity that stunned both friend and foe. Their black hats became a rallying symbol on the battlefield as they charged and countercharged amid the swirling smoke and thunder of cannon fire. During one of the most intense clashes, the Iron Brigade repelled repeated Confederate attacks, holding the line even as their numbers dwindled. They fought hand-to-hand in places, bayonets clashing and muskets firing point-blank. Their stubborn resistance delayed Confederate advances, buying precious time for Union reinforcements to arrive. Casualties were staggering. The brigade suffered devastating losses. Many officers and men were killed or wounded, yet the survivors refused to retreat. Their stand at Gettysburg was a testament to their iron will and fierce loyalty to each other. The battle would go down in history as a turning point in the Civil War, and the Iron Brigade's role in holding the line was critical. Their bravery became part of the larger story of Gettysburg's Union victory, a victory that shifted the war's momentum in favor of the North. This battle not only tested their courage, but also bonded them forever as legends. The Iron Brigade's sacrifice and steadfastness at Gettysburg inspired generations and secured their place among America's greatest military heroes. Legends never die. The war eventually ended, but the story of the Iron Brigade lived on. Their sacrifices echoed through history, reminding future generations of courage, resilience, and brotherhood forged in the crucible of war. Though many of their number were lost on battlefields, the legacy they left behind was immortal. Monuments were erected, stories were told, and their black hats became enduring symbols of honor. The Iron Brigade wasn't just a military unit. They were a beacon of determination and sacrifice that helped shape the nation's future. Their real story is one of ordinary men becoming extraordinary heroes, proving that iron wills can never be broken. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel Storycraft for more interesting videos.